Okay, we got 26 minutes and 8 seconds on this one. I'm gonna wrap this up pretty quickly because today I wrote about 4 to 5 hours, so the writing session of today is kind of capped, and yeah, it's quite interesting. But yeah, I have a couple of things that I need to add to the, let's say, the 4K Canon, the the video Canon, because I genuinely do not understand a couple of things, and it's literally kind of a puzzle to me. I go on social media or YouTube, which is a social media, all of these. Couple of things I don't understand. One, why would you publicly submit to another person, not only as a subscriber, but also as adding something useless? Like, it's not even adding, it's just occupying the space which is useless, such as I have like couple of videos in couple of my channels. Someone comments first. Okay, bro, what's first? Sure, you boost my algorithm, but first, yeah. I noticed your name for the fifth time on my video. What's that gaining um gaining you, or earning you? What's the gain here? The other thing is like other comments like cool, or this is awesome, or any kind of associated validation that you think, or I wish you thought, but most people have this subconscious association with success because they don't feel successful themselves. So they associate themselves with, if I say cool to this, means my opinion matters, and every everything that I say associates with the value that I find cool. So it's kind of a two-way street, that if I find something cool, that means I'm cool to find that cool. If I find something useful, this literally, there is billions of these on LinkedIn, YouTube, all of the social media, because you're literally validating yourself through showing your validation, because the premise is that your validation matters to the extent that not only you're validating the thing you're validating, but also it validates you back as well, which is quite interesting. That's another thing that I don't understand, that exists. And the core problem that I have is I literally have not understood this any stage of my life. When I was 5 years old, I didn't understand this. When I was 8 years old, 18, now 26, I do not understand how you submit and inferiorize, if that's even a word, yourself to others without like showing association. In my actual relationships with whoever, I've had 20 times bestsellers um, in a conversation, which they they couldn't even stitch together a sentence, let alone write 20 bestsellers. And I've had 2, 3, 4 times bestsellers, leagues ahead of the their actual niche. Mm, it's not even I've had, it's like I've been in these atmospheres that by any metrics I should be the subsidiary. I should be the one submitting. But for whatever the reason, for me it's just this was supposed to be a short video, but I think I have a lot of things that I don't understand about the world, and I have to document it for 5 to 10 years later. Maybe then I do understand them. But or even better, the things change to the extent that I wouldn't even need to understand them, because the things that I don't understand now are gonna be revealed to be actually wrong things, and it's gonna change to the extent that I wouldn't need to understand it because they wouldn't even exist to be understood. But I think I've been in contact with people that I should be starstruck by them, or any kind of submission, but from every kind of walks of life, I treat the other person as a peer, because it's a simple fact that you present people with the space to be seen and be themselves without any judgment, and no matter who the other person is, unfortunately they don't even get this any second in their lives. I'm in awe that every time I meet a stranger, um, after 5 to 10 minutes of talking to them, they feel so at home in the presence of just feeling themselves and being themselves. Someone genuinely curious about their hobbies, their way of life, their nitpicks of habits and whatever. Because this amount of infinite curiosity has never been in their lives. I remember I talked to this guy. Um, it was just a random restaurant, and I said, "Hey, what's your name?" And he said, "My name is Divar." And it's a funny thing because he knew um, this is a kind of a weird name, and I said, "Oh, that means wall, right?" He said, "Yes, it means wall in Persian or Farsi, but it means ocean, or ocean, um, in another language. I think it was Arabic or Kurdish, yeah." And we talked about it, and he was genuinely surprised someone actually gives a shit about him, and I was genuinely disappointed that he thought someone wouldn't give a shit about him. Why wouldn't someone give a shit about a separate cosmology of experience? As a writer, I give a shit about a different story. Even the story of Divar, just the name, added to my actual kind of vocabulary or another view of the world, the linguistic enthusiasm in me as a writer, as someone who actually feels the micro kind of behavior of people. I literally saw him trying to maintain a laughter or a smile when he was actually surprised by why would I give a fuck about him? And I was literally surprised back and disappointed. Why wouldn't I give a fuck about you? And every single layer of, let's say, a writer, just an observer of another existence, every layer of everything that I actually see, why wouldn't I give a fuck about understanding another part of the same space and spatial fucking continuum that I'm sharing with others? that's what that's the thing I don't understand as well. That it's an advantage to me because I can literally get my way with most of the people I encounter because I provide the genuine um, space for them to be themselves, and I have infinite curiosity for everything. And this is literally anomalous energy and never seen before in anyone's life, at least with that sustainability, and definitely not from a stranger, with no intent, with no malice, just pure curiosity. And what happens is that this is kind of disappointing to me that we have 8 billion people on planet Earth, and in 8 billion, no one does this. It's just like baffling to me because as even a concept, this is alien to most people. Most people I talk to, like I don't talk about this to most people, but most people I talk to about this, they literally are philosophers, bestsellers, whatever, dragging this kind of behavior to 19th century Russia, that maybe Dostoevsky was like this. I say, brother, like we've had, I know, like I don't know, like ChatGPT was hallucinating or something. We've had like 115 billion people or whatever, maybe the hallucination of ChatGPT, but in history, apparently we've had 100 billion people. And out of all of these motherfuckers, you're literally saying, okay, there's one other person like this? That's the thing I don't understand, that you can have and maintain a relationship without actually being someone's bitch. And the whole social media thing is kind of like a disease that keeps giving, keeps on giving. Like it's like a disease that is metamorphosizing or morphing into uh, a new kind of disease every single second. And it's just every single second you understand, okay, this was the peak of this disease, this pandemonia, but the other facet of it shows in like another hour. Today I literally went on LinkedIn and someone was sharing some girl being beaten down by two guys, literally stomping on him, curb stomp, with no actual kind of either warning or context. It was just a video uploaded for this because these engage and trigger emotional responses to this. It goes viral. And he literally was mentioning his name as a hashtag, my name, his name. And I don't understand, like, how the fuck we are normalizing on mass scale this emotional dissonance that is turning into a hobby that most people are not only passive aggressive, but whenever I go outside and I talk to a stranger, it sounds weird to the people around me. Imagine talking to another person sounds weird. I sometimes talk to other people and say, hey, what would you like feel like when someone just approaches you and says hi, how's your day been going? And most of the time I see people say, oh, that would be rude. If I go and ask someone that, that would be yeah, that would be this, that. And I don't understand, like, I'm literally out of at the loss for words. Like, it's like, what is like this happening? Because it's like there are some things that I do understand why it's happening, but something are like I'm just like at a loss for words. Like the submitting thing and the submission, the kind of the hierarchy of valuing other people above you psychologically has some sense of comfort because you have the certainty of being below a couple of people in money, in worth, in value system, in whatever, in validation. But there is this comfort in the certainty of your placement in the hierarchy of worth, let's say. And it's, of course, subconscious. These people are gonna say, oh, I'm the best person alive, but there is no congruency in being best person alive. The next moment they go on and comment first on someone with like 10,000 subscribers or even billions of subscribers because there is no actual sense of self certainty that you know your worth and everyone is just gonna be either blessed to be in your presence or you're just gonna keep improving yourself and your center of selfhood so others are gonna either be attracted to it or you're gonna selectively attract other people. And it's just that's the part I can and kinda understand. But the other part of it is that you wake up, you go scroll on whatever socials, you have cat videos, 2 seconds later you have a massacre video, 2 seconds later you have hustle porn, 2 seconds later you're literally scrolling through different states of emotional kind of actual connection. You cannot scroll on people. That's why people are actually not making any kind of social interaction because they literally go outside, they talk to a stranger, they don't like it, whatever. They cannot scroll past a stranger. When you start a conversation with another person, you have the social pressure to actually kind of logically end it. You need to find an excuse to end the conversation. You cannot scroll past okay, this part I don't actually like. Even in gaming, like these days, because of the social media's snappy kind of emotional regulation, I've been playing games for 15 years. Nowhere in history of humanity or history of any gamer, let's say not humanity, imagine the Unga Bunga time playing games, playing video games. Anyone was bitching about the skip button. The gaming stories has always been shit, but there is no skip button kind of protest going on 10 years ago. But now with social media, definitely with the TikTok bullshit and the Instagram, is that you need to not only skip through the discomfort of what you're not comfortable with, but you're literally systematizing this discomfort and being kind of desensitive or desensitized towards that kind of emotion. And people are getting fucking depressed. And everyone is like asking, wow, why is this happening? And geniuses are literally saying, oh, this is because there's no friction between want and get, which literally undermines how human actually psychology works. Even if there is no external friction between what you want and what you get, there is internal maintenance. So the only thing is that you're literally rushing through every stage of emotion possible, that you're becoming numb to all of those, all of the emotions. It's just like so fascinating to me that this simple fact is actually not being recognized. And I need to wake up every single fucking day with a bunch of retards talking about this, that, and third as experts without understanding anything about anything. It's just like so fascinating to me that we're living in a world that the most obvious shit I need to like say and wait for 10 years for the world to catch up. And because I don't even have a name yet, which is not gonna remain that way, I need to wait 10 years for someone else to discover the actual fucking fact that I literally saw 10 years ago. And now they're gonna be the main person discovering it. Not only is disappointing for human potential, but also it hurts my ego, of course, because I said it first, Marco Ruby says it months later, and he's celebrated for his courage. He gets dick ridden all over the continent. Because the simple fact, every single word that I said has a 9 months to 10 years delay most of the time. I literally was reading a couple of my poems and sent it to a couple of friends, and I said, hey, when do you think this was written? And they said, okay, this is literally recent Iran situation, 5 days ago, this week, maybe this month. Couldn't be older than like 2 or 3 months. And I literally sent them the fucking screenshot of when I wrote it on my Instagram. And it was literally 2017, almost 9 fucking years ago. One of them was January 2017, about the repression of the state and how this is gonna actually make people literally not only crave for a secular government, but also they're literally gonna throw away God out of the country for maybe 10 to 30 years. Now today, one of these popular celebrity people, that's another Pandora's box that I'm not gonna open, but the whole, of course AI is gonna kind of replace this, but the whole spectacle and entertainment celebrity worshipping shit is just causing mass depression. Like, why the fuck someone who is a only fan or anything without any actual expertise, any kind of anything other than gaining attention of mass majority and the mediocrity around it, is getting platform to speak on everything? Because a porn star, because of their celebrity status, gets to talk about geopolitics. It's just like, as the Germans say, unfassbar. Unfassbar. Like, it's not actually understandable. It's not like, I cannot, that's why the German thing says unfassbar. I cannot grip this idea. I cannot even touch this idea. But yeah, and but unfortunately for them, AI is gonna replace them, and all the Hollywood bullshit, the fucking sport spectacle, they're gonna get a very, very reduced salary in the next 3 to 5 years with AI. But yeah, for the recap of today, I woke up around 10. I had a client call. It was quite interesting. I actually surprised myself with a couple of on-the-spot problem solving for the clients. That was nice. And After that, I set up another call for tomorrow with my um, brain body, let's say, and I managed a couple of relationships and um, yeah, personal professional relationships. Watched a couple of videos on Iran situation, whatever. Wrote about 4 to 5 hours, and yeah, now recording this video and going to going to bed. But yeah, I really don't know the compounding mass stupidity of the world is gonna end when, but yeah, we're gonna see.